I think he would think that's wonderful. I mean, he could use his death, his celebrity, for something to help people open their eyes. You know, I'm Steve McQueen. I died of asbestos. Your grandfather died from asbestos. Thousands of people are dying from asbestos. It just takes somebody whose name maybe they can put two and two together and realize that we should get this out of our world. And I think he'd be very proud to be part of it.
I wanna make a great escape and I can fight. I wanna speed just like a bullet to your side. I wanna be the coolest man you've ever seen. I just wanna be your Steve McQueen.
I was told that I was going to, my agent called me, I was in Idaho, and I was told I was going to meet Steve McQueen for a part in a movie. I don't act, so it was a little suspicious. She said, come down and do it anyway, you'll have fun in Los Angeles. So and I said, who is Steve McQueen? Well, just, you know, because I don't watch movies, just remind me which one he is or who he is. And I mean, I grew up on a dairy farm, I don't know these kind of things. I can tell you about Holsteins. So she said, have you seen Towering Inferno? And I said, yes, the man with the beautiful blue eyes. And so I thought, cool, Paul Newman. So I went to meet him, and we got to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, the El Padrino room, and we waited for 20 minutes. And finally this guy walks up to our table with this scraggly beard and this long hair and sits down, and I'm like, okay, you know, what is this? And that was Steve McQueen. We left, and I just remember looking at Nina saying, oh my God, Nina, I love that man. I'm gonna marry him someday. And you know, I was young, and she goes, you didn't even talk to him. I said, I know, but I just know that's my man, that is my man. See, I always laugh when people say cool, he's the king of cool. Because, you know, I see the guy in the silly clothes, or he comes home with a perm, and he's listening to the Bee Gees, and I'm like, oh, God. I can see, I think, why people liked him so much, because he was real. There was nothing fake about him. You know, whatever he told you, that was the truth, and he was willing to fight for it. That was the way it was. He ran away with some girl when he was in the Navy for a while, for a week. And when he got caught and brought back, they put him in the brig and they made him scrape the inside of a ship or a submarine or something. So he was doing that for a while, and the asbestos was flying. So that's what they think they got it, where he got the asbestos. And his last movie, The Hunter, you know, his breathing wasn't quite right, and he wasn't the same Steve that I knew, and he was kind of running down, but he wasn't old enough to be running down. And so I made him go to the doctor. And that was in our little town of Santa Paula. And the doctor made him go to Los Angeles, to Cedars, to get proper x-rays. But between the two times, because he put it off a day, he took off on his bike. And I finally, after a couple hours, I found him. I knew where he went. And he was sitting down. And I've never told anybody this, I don't think. It was up in the park in Santa Paula, and he was sitting on a picnic table. And he says, honey, there's something really, really wrong with me, and I know it. And that's the first time that I knew something was really wrong, because it came out of his mouth and he admitted it, because he had desert fever or some other something he was thinking this whole time. And he wasn't the healthy Steve that I met. I remember Steve saying, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to fight it, or do you want to just go play until it ends? And we tried to fight it. You have to have hope, you have to have faith that maybe something can fix you or make you feel better, but he thought it would right till the very end. I mean, the asbestos is causing it. Why do we still have it? Why is it still being brought into the country? Why aren't we taking it out of schools? And this is now, you know, our days, our time. I really wish he could see the woman that I've grown up to be, because I'm older than he was when he died, and I've had my fun like he had his fun, but I wish he'd seen how much influence he had on me, just to make me, I try to be honest, I try to be straightforward, as he say, hold your mud. I learned a lot from him. I miss him every single I'm gonna start bawling every single day because he was my pal. You know, look at me. I haven't cried. Oh God, I haven't cried for a long, long time over this. But he was my buddy, and you can't find friends like that, and I never have.